Good morning, Tennessee Valley. I'm James Dunn, your host, and this is my wife and co-host today, Stacy Dunn.
Good morning.
And we're here early this Tuesday morning, and we have a great show. We have a great show today. We mentioned last time that we're trying to do a theme-based, and I try to keep it theme-based because it's everyone comes on to the segment has something in common, or at least overlaps a little bit, and I'm trying to do that. Sometimes you run into problems. I was doing the artists and musicians today, and my artist backed out. You know how artists are, and then one of my musicians. So, at the last moment, if this was concert, and we have to start giving refunds back.
That's right.
But it's not. So we got away. But we got two guests on here today, and
we're excited about our guests.
Yes. We are. One's a neighbor there with us in the incubator.
Right,
so that's
Casquillo.
Yes, and
security advocates. He can't say that. So
I'm bad. I'm horrible at mentioning. If you make me sound it out, I'm horrible at it.
Right.
But I can type it.
Yeah.
My handwriting is over the years with the computers and everything.
You'll type it fast, though.
I type it fast. I'll say it fast.
That's
so
right.
You may not understand it anyway.
That's right.
But she'll be here today. I found out through just talking with someone else that she's a songwriter. She does background vocals, backup vocals, and she'll tell more about it. She was telling me some this morning, and I'm excited. Talented.
Right.
Yes. And there's other stuff. She'll talk about some other stuff, and also her son Joseph will be here. And we was mentioning earlier that that we was talking earlier before the show about I got to listen to a video that his mom that Jessica had on the phone of him. And I told him I had it hooked in that was going to play it. And so I don't, he's worried now.
Right,
he's sweating.
right.
Wait till he gets under the lights. It
right,
gets
the
hotter.
sweat will show up then. For sure.
But he's going to try. He said his voice has been acting up a little bit, so we may try to get a little bit of a song out of him.
Sure.
I heard it and I like it. I like it. And it's Christian music, and I've grown up in the church. 36 years, 37 years in the church.
Telling your age, be careful.
I didn't tell it all. I left a few years off. But I don't mind telling my years. I'll be 43, because that's what else we was talking about. You asked me the other day, now how old will you be? And I said, 43. And you said, well, you've got 7 years, because I promised you when we got married that I'd be a millionaire by age 50.
Right.
And I didn't tell you I'm starting on my second million. I gave up on the first million. I totally gave up on it. It's like,
maybe this second one's easier to get?
Yeah, I hope.
I hope so, too.
I hope so, too. But today's about music. We brought some CDs today. These are actually, this here is a Kenny Croft band. They're from Georgia.
Right,
out of Georgia. And the reason we brought it to you today is we do the duplication for them, the graphic design for them, also some DVD duplication with them. And so just talked to Kenny a couple weeks ago. You ordered some more CDs. So that's one we have brought. Another one, now this one here is more at home. This is a Life Worth Living. It's by a group called By the Way. And the reason this is important, this is also one that we duplicate and graphic design, but it's a local band here from Cleveland. These guys are from Cleveland. And one of these guys, Keith Greer, he's a friend of ours.
Right.
Friend of ours, close friend of the family's. His mother, Marie, we're close friends with her. She comes over for crab angles. We do the crab lagoons and stuff. So we always know when it's time because she'll bring a jar of the jelly over.
Yep, hot pepper jelly.
And we know what time she's wanting the crab angles.
She's hinting.
So this is a local band. We tried to get Keith on today, but it's short notice for him. Everyone's got second jobs.
Right.
I don't
this
think
band has a ministry. They
have a ministry.
They travel.
And
sing for different groups.
I don't know if they have a website on here.
Not a website, but there's a contact.
There is a contact.
Danny Marshall inside
but
there.
you can contact the station, and we can give them information on it. They can get a hold of us.
We'll get them connected.
And we can get
either
connected.
one of
them. With Kenny Croft, and we've got several others. There's Sharon K. King. She's a Southern gospel singer that we do CDs for and graphic design. I've done brochures, flyers for, and just different stuff.
Right.
But there's another one I wanted to bring up. This is I do Simon J. Marketing. We do videos, video production, website design, and I have a client of mine, Lee Taff at Sports Beat, etc. I've done videos for him for 10, 11 years. It's been a long time.
Kind of where the
and his nephew is TJ Fedette. And I worked on a website for him, I don't know, it's been 4 or 5 years ago. And he was born in Glens Falls, New York, and he grew up playing basketball. And the reason the name may sound familiar, his brother is Jimmer Fedette. He just he was drafted to the Sacramento Kings last year.
Right.
So TJ was, he grew up, listening to hip hop music, and he started doing lyrics to it, and started, getting into performing in a local hard rock club as a rapper among the heavily rock bands. And within a year, he hooked up with other MCs, mostly kids from the Bronx and Brooklyn. He moved up there. He got into a group called Designated Hits. They become performing and recording material all over New York State. But what happened there is, while TJ was, doing the music, his brother Jimmer was doing basketball, and he was getting into becoming a superstar. I mean, like I said, Sacramento Kings. But TJ got to a point, he was going well. He also played, playing basketball with Jimmer. And so he was playing at a local YMCA, and he tore his ACL. And if anyone knows what an ACL is, it's painful to come back from. It's painful. I mean, I just did a video series, a seminar in Boston, and they talked about the knees, the ACL joint, and I got to see like all these videos where, they were scoping the knees. It was like inside the knee, and it's amazing. At the same time, there's plugging, and there's all these new different ways. They was taking bone from another part of the leg and putting in, plugging in these tears and everything. Just, it's amazing what they can do with that stuff. But TJ's life, he done that, and what happened was, it's not just the ACL, is he suffered some partial brain damage from the routine operation. There's something to do with that. Somehow the surgery, something, I don't know how exactly it happened. Leah explained to me, but something in his knee, it caused infection, it caused partial brain damage.
Wow.
So he spent a year and a half on his couch. He couldn't get up. He was too dizzy. He couldn't think. His headaches. I mean, just a lot of stuff came from that. But from that, I was reading on his bio the other day, and he started getting back. He started doing rehab. Started coming back from that, and his motivation, from it was Jimmer. Seeing Jimmer on the big, playing, college ball and everything. He started writing songs for Jimmer, and he got to a point. Lee said that when he got well enough to go out and start performing again, whenever Jimmer started a game, TJ would go out there and he would, he had almost like an anthem that he would do, and all the team would, stand up and clap for him and everything, because they knew what he had fought through to get to, and he wrote that his recent struggles inspired him to write the song "Amazing" for his brother, and you can find that on YouTube. You just go out there and do TJ Fredette, "Amazing." You can see that out there, and you'll see highlights of his brother Jimmer, playing basketball and everything, and he just struggled through that. But I mean, I was looking at that, and he was actually Jimmer was from BYU, and he listened to his games before. He says, in the interview, he says he listens to his brother's songs before the game to get inspired, because they're basically for him. And I was looking at one of TJ's latest videos that he had, was called "Lock In," and featuring Joe Budden and Kyler James. Now, Kyler James, I wasn't real familiar with, so I did some search on him, and he's AKA Special K, and I guess it's not the Special K that I knew growing up. I mean, there's another rapper with Special K, but it wasn't this one. And but Joe Budden, he was an American rapper from Jersey City, and he appears in that Diesel Volume 1, Fed, Straight Hoods DVD magazine. He's with the music group Slaughterhouse, record labels E1 Music, Shady Records, Desert Storm, Def Jam Records. I mean, this guy went from songs, just rapping in his neighborhood and everything, growing up, and then suddenly having, the accident that he had, and with all that, and fighting through that, to starting to hook up with these guys that, are big names. I mean, and now I was looking at TJ's bio, and he's a lot of, just in the past 4 or 5 years, has started going with, with some of these other guys, these rappers, and doing videos and music, and he's really coming up. And I wanted to say that because if you're out there and you do music, you need to think that there's always a chance. There's a chance to make it big. I mean, with the internet is that much more.
Right.
I mean, with the internet is that much more. I know that everyone's like, oh, I gotta get to sign a contract, but I see these guys that don't sign contracts, and they're coming up through there. You got your iTunes, your Amazon. The different ways of selling CD music. CD Baby is another way. You can sell it just off of your website.
Right.
And you can get just as much.
Some of these guys
yeah, that's
do.
what these guys do. And these guys, some of these guys order 200, 300, 400 CDs at a time. We've got some other people that order 1,000 at a time. I mean, it's just, the audience is there. The internet gives you the power of a large record label.
Right.
I mean, you may not get to go on the tours and make millions of dollars, but you can still make just as much. I mean, if you figure out how much I've read before, these artists, they may sell 1 million CDs, but they only make, you know, a couple $100,000 by the time they take all their revenues out of it and ad money and all this stuff and travel and everything.
The group that goes with them,
and you
they have
figure
to be
too,
paid, right?
if you got, you know, like this group here, you know, I was looking at the back of this, and they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people in this band. So that means they've got to split whatever money they make up amongst 10 of them.
Right.
So you see these groups out there, they got musicians to pay, and they got the singers, the songwriters. There's a lot to do. I mean, there's a lot of them come out. So a lot of times I look at like TJ, he just started out, you know, he contacted us and said, hey, can you do a website for me? And that's, you know, the only one that he's getting paid was him, because I think he was doing his own music, sampling, or, you know, however he was doing it. But now, you know, his last video, he had 6 or 7 people around him, so I'm sure he's, you know, making a little less, but probably more in the long run as selling more CDs. But, you know, music, I love music. I mean, I love that.
You listen to it every night?
I listen to it all the time. I lay down and stick my earphones in and fall asleep like that, and just nonstop listen to music. I mean, I like.
Sometimes I can't work in the office for the music.
Yeah.
Can't
Well,
concentrate.
that room echoes so badly.
Yes,
I mean,
it's
it does. It's so
Right.
loud. You know, I have to turn it up to hear something. You know, you're talking 30-foot high ceilings, and I can't hear stuff in there sometimes. Or I'm trying to drown you out.
Well, that could be that too.
I hear you over there, like, let me turn the volume up some more.
Right.
But, you know, it just, it was a great show today.
Right. I'm excited.
You want to sing for us?
No.
Now, see,
No.
Stacy sings.
No.
You do.
No.
When we first got married, you was singing in the car,
Yeah, and you turn the radio off.
and I turned it off on you because I
Yes.
wanted to hear how you sang. We dated, what, 3.5 months? Got
Not very
married.
long.
I didn't get to hear that much from you. You know.
Didn't know much about me, did you?
No, I figured I'd get married quickly. That way, by the time you figured out about me, we'd be married 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
See, it worked. We're 18 years married, and you still haven't found everything out.
Not everything.
No. So see, we're staying there. We still. So, but I heard you singing. I turned it down real quick so I could hear you, and you stopped. But you were singing like Janet Jackson at that time.
That's right. She was popular.
You was singing, but then you stopped and looked at me, and then you wouldn't sing after that.
Nope. That was the end of that. We've sang. We have sang.
Yes? Yeah, we
We have.
sang. We need to sing again. You want to sing today?
Not today.
What about our first
Today.
song in church?
We got to warm up.
Our first song in church, what was it? Did
I
we
don't
ever figure out what that
remember.
was?
It was off a kid's CD, too.
Was it E-I-E-I-O?
It might have been.
We
I
was
can't
asked to sing
remember.
at church, and it was a new church. We had only been there, 2 or 3 services,
Short
and it was
time,
making
yes.
everyone come up. It was a 5th Sunday,
Right.
and it was asking everybody to come up and sing. And so I got up there and they said, what song you want to sing? And we didn't have anything prepared, so we started singing. What was it?
No, you got one of the CDs that one of the kids did. 'Cause
Yeah.
You kept saying, come on, you know this song.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I
you
kept
didn't
saying,
know.
I don't know what you're singing. As soon as it come on, I did know the
Yeah, it
song.
was a kid's song. It's like E-I-E-I-O.
Yeah, but we were the hit of the night after that.
Oh, they laughed us,
Yeah,
laughed at
they
us,
loved
with
it.
us, about us. You
Yeah.
know, I figured that way. By the time you got done doing that, there's nothing else that in church. Everybody gossips.
There was
We
nothing.
took it away. There was nothing to gossip about
There
us.
was
I mean,
nothing they could say.
that was the worst that we could do. Was sing that song
What's
in
the
front of
worst we
everyone.
could do?
So I don't think we ever had any gossip. That
No.
was always my philosophy.
Put it out there.
Put it out there. Tell everybody what it was about.
Yeah.
And everybody starts saying, "Did you hear about what so so did?" And I'm like, "Yeah, oh yeah, they told us about that in church the other night." They did. You stop gossip dead.
So
So I think we should go around and try that. I'm gonna go tell everybody everything you do.
that's real good. You have a lot of spare time.
No, but if you tell
that's
everything
pretty good.
everyone else does, then you don't have
Yeah.
to worry about gossip about yourself.
Yourself? Okay.
Right. So back to
Gotcha. Let's get
the
serious.
music thing.
Sing? No, I'm not going to sing.
You've got.
Not hardly.
I mean, you've got like.
We'll
2
let our
minutes.
guests sing today.
We're gonna.
We'll get 'em
twist
talked
arms,
into it.
Twist arms.
Yeah, I'm talking to him. I'm excited.
Yep. So. Say their names again.
We have Jessica Carasquillo, and also we have Joseph Carasquillo. He's a young, I guess you'd say, inspiring artist. He's getting started.
See, I don't like to tell
Is
her
it-
a whole lot about the guests because I want them. I don't want to steal
Yeah,
their thunder.
we're building it up. Yeah,
Right.
I'm excited.
Because won't you do you gonna do your new thing?
My new thing?
You know.
No,
You not
no,
gonna do that?
no,
No?
we're not going to do that. That's
She's
not
been
my
watching
new thing.
what is it? The Gator Man.
Turtle Man.
Turtle Man.
Turtle Man.
He gets out in that nasty water and he's going.
Catching turtles.
You got to get something like that. That way you look back, a year from now and you see the show and they're like, you out here doing like this, looking for a guest.
I see. I can be in the middle of Cleveland,
Right.
standing
We'll
there.
have to do that.
Okay,
We want to get us
sure.
one of those, just get us
Sure.
something that they know you by, so they see out at the store somewhere they can say, hey, you're not
Right.
a woman.
Right. You're funny, James. You're
Okay.
so funny.
Well, I guess we can go to a break, And we
a
come
break,
back, we
bring
have
our
one
first
guest on
on.
here. And
We'll leave it a
hopefully-
surprise who will be
Hopefully we
first.
get them singing
Yes.
and get you dancing. Can you do the dance?
No, we're not
You
going to
can't
do the dance. No,
Why not?
no, it's been too long.
Even then, it was too long.
That's for
Your
sure.
nephew made fun of you. I mean,
Yes.
how old was Ronnie? 8, 7, 6,
Something like
somewhere in
that.
there. And he said, Aunt Stacy, do that dance.
Yeah, sure.
Uncoordinated, really.
Very uncoordinated.
The girl is the only one I know that can fall up the stairs.
That's right.
We got married and we had stairways going up, and all of a sudden I heard something go. And I walked around and looked, and she was coming up the stairs and fell down, going up. And another time he stepped off, he was hanging pictures, stepped off the chair, knew the
Failed.
skirts or something, I don't know.
Failed.
And I heard, you just walked in, we was collecting Hot Wheels, ran into Kmart or
One of the
someplace.
stores. One of
And
them.
I was running ahead of you, was trying to race back to get the best cars.
Right.
And I heard something go, and you just slid across the floor.
Slid across the floor.
Clumsy. See,
Very.
nobody could gossip about her today. I'm telling it. Telling it.
We'll get started on you, James.
All right.
We don't have enough show for
That's
that.
a movie there.
That is.
That is a movie. You got to go all the way across the country, across the world. You got to go to Hong Kong and Korea. I mean,
Korea.
Yeah, Korea. Yeah.
Korea, yes.
88 Olympics.
Mhm.
There's music there.
Yeah.
That could be in the show. Music.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
We're going to take a break here in a moment. And when we come back, we have one of our first guests here. And it's just going to be exciting.
It
so
is.
we'll be back here in just a moment after this commercial break.
At Crawford Pharmacy, we offer custom compounding. Our pharmacists are known for their attention to detail and unique expertise. So visit us at 2260 Chambliss Avenue, Cleveland, Tennessee. For personal assistance, walk right in or come up to our convenient drive-thru. Crawford Pharmacy, serving our community one person at a time.
Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast in Cleveland, is the place to find quality pre-owned cars and trucks. Kyle offers on-the-spot financing on all vehicles on the lot. Each pre-owned vehicle goes through a complete inspection to make sure each car and truck meets the Kyle Motors standard. Warranty and extended warranties available on all vehicles. Kyle Motors will sell you a car or truck that you will be proud to drive for many years to come. See Tony, Bill, Dale, James, or David and let them put you in your next quality pre-owned vehicle. Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast. Phone 790-7100.
Featuring some of the South's most scenic views, the Mountain View Inn has been a landmark in the Cleveland community for over 40 years. Our executive guest quarters with flat screen TVs and excellent bedding will make any guest comfortable. Carrie's Restaurant is one of Cleveland's favorite, with one of the best buffets around.
Hello, and on behalf of the Hughes family, thank you for so many years of your business and your friendship.
Welcome back. We have our first guest here today. We have Joseph Carasquillo here. He's a student, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Where you go to school?
I go to Lee University
Lee
in
University.
Cleveland, Tennessee.
Right here in
Yeah,
our
right in
hometown,
Cleveland.
huh? Right here.
Now tell us a little bit about you. I mean,
Well, I was born and raised a little part of my life in Kissimmee, Florida, and then you know, God moved us up here, and I've lived here for about 14 years with my family, and you know, I've always been in love with music. It's always been a part of my life, a big part of my life. So it's who I am, and throughout high school, I mean, I was known for, hey, that's the music guy, not the athletic. It's the music guy.
See, and that's what everybody thinks. I mean, they think athletics is where it's at, but you know, I wasn't known for athletics.
Yeah.
You know, when I grew up, it was you know, athletics were, you know, cool, and everybody knew about, you know, all the electronics and stuff, which I did, was a geek. Now it's the other way around.
Exactly.
If you don't know about an iPod, don't know about an iPad, don't know how to go on the internet,
What's wrong with you?
You're the geek. Yeah, what's wrong with you? But so tell us about your love for music. I mean.
Well, I mean, it started when I was little. I remember the first song I sang in church. It was "That's the Love of God" by Sandy Patty. She was really big when I was growing up, and when I was little, I sang everywhere. I loved singing wherever I could. I just grab the mic and just go with it. And you know, I grew up, and you know, throughout high school, I joined the choir, you know, mixed choir. I did the gospel choir, the local gospel choir at the high school. You know, my senior year, I ended up becoming choir department president, section leader for the mixed choir, president for the gospel choir. So, I mean, it's always been a big part of my life. And I even ended up doing the show choir my last year in high school. And that was it was amazing to see how music could be expressed in just different ways. You know, gospel, chamber, you know, show. It was just incredible to experience that.
And what genre? I mean, what do you feel like you're?
My genre, I feel like it's a mixture of everything. You know, I mainly sing a lot of gospel just because my choir director in high school kind of helped develop my voice in a way. I call him my music father, and you know, he sings gospel, and I've always been more prone to sing gospel. But I enjoy contemporary Christian. I enjoy a variety. I've sang rock before, and all this kind of stuff. So it's yeah, I really don't have one genre.
Right. But Christian, I mean, it's Christian gospel, yes. Is what you. But you're, as far as inspiration, it's everything.
It's everything. Yep.
And what do you say? You say you're at Lee.
I am. It's
and
my
what are you
third
studying there? Music.
I just made the decision to study music business. So
music business.
Yes.
So you're gonna be signing the artist.
Hopefully, yes, one day.
Now, what do you see? I mean, where do you see your career going? Other than that, I mean, just going there. I mean, you've got to see it as, you know, music down the road, CDs.
I definitely want to see where I could take myself as a musician. You know, I see myself every time I wake up. You know, if people say that when you wake up, the first thought in your mind should be, what do you want to do for the rest of your life? And you know, lately I've been thinking, you know, I get up and I'm like, I want to travel the world and sing and spread the love of music, the passion of music. That's what I want to do with my life. And you know, doing the music business part, yes, I'll sign people, but also maybe I can even, you know, understand the business aspect and be able to, you know, assist people, even myself in my own career. It's just, yeah, I'm waiting for God, for a sign, right, and for direction. But I know it has to do something in music, right, for sure.
And that's always good. I mean, because people always say that, you know, I'm going to do this, this, and this, and always forget to add God in it.
Right.
You know,
right.
We're coming in a place in a world nowadays. I mean, kids and everything in school, that, you know, they're taking God out of everything.
Yeah. Right.
You know, I loved when I hear somebody saying, God willing, Lord willing. You know, they're putting that back in. They're realizing that we're not always in charge.
Definitely.
You know, and we do that. I mean, like I said, I've spent my whole life in church. When I hear someone saying that, you know, there's still God out there. You know, people are still believing in God.
It's great to hear a young person saying that too.
Because, you know, our son, he's 13, and you know, our other one is 2, and we're raising him in church. And we like to hear that when someone says it, because you know, you get so many out there. They say, oh, you know, God this, God that, but it's not always in the right proper term. But I'm glad to hear you saying it that way.
He definitely has to be first.
He does. He does.
And I recently learned. I mean, I've always known that, but I really had to learn how to trust him. And you know, I started out just being a business major, and I was like, okay, that's the safe way to go, and then I'll just do music as a side. And you know, deciding to be a music business or even a music major in general, it's all about trusting God, because He knows where you're supposed to be going. And, you know, that's just what I've had to do day by day. You just got to put your trust in God all the way. You know, He knows your path. And, I mean, He can't lead you wrong. So.
Right.
And that's how it goes. But so, how long do you have left? Are you just started at Lee, or are you finishing up? Or?
I'm a third year.
Third year?
Yes, I'm a third year, and I've probably got about two more years left now that I've added the music. So.
Right.
But, yeah.
Now, do you do original? Is it original music? Are you writing the songs too, or?
I've written a few pieces, but I mainly do covers for now. A friend of mine, actually, we write together, and we just jam out and stuff like that. And it's a lot of fun.
Are you in a band or a group or something now?
I was in a choir at Lee, but I decided to drop that for now and see what else is out there. I'm going to join the local church choir and see where that goes. And for now, I do want to start a band. I would love to start a band, but for now, I'm just focusing on getting my degree and, you know, just focusing on myself right now and seeing what I need to be doing.
But you're still singing. You're
Oh,
singing
absolutely.
all the time. So
All
where
the
could
time.
somebody come hear you sing at? I mean, if they want to hear you sing.
Well, I guess Lee University. You know, once I do get in the choir again, I'll be singing at Lee, and then I do it at the local church I go to. I will be soon. So.
That's
yeah,
good.
just anywhere.
I can't wait because, like I said, I heard a clip of it. Jessica had on her phone and she played a clip, and it's a cappella. And I always, you know, in the past when I've listened, listened to groups or bands or musicians, I can always tell how well they're going to be is by if they can sing without musicians, without all the fancy equipment. Because you can hook that equipment up, and somebody that cannot carry a tune can be in perfect harmony.
Yeah.
But you know, like MTV had a show years ago. I don't know how long it's been, but called MTV Unplugged, and that's where they got on there and they just did it acoustic, you know, with just a guitar, maybe a simple piano or something like that, or just sang. And some of those bands that I loved would get on there and sing, and then it's like, wow, you know, they can't even harmonize, they can't even carry a tune.
Yeah.
And the other ones get on there without all that backup stuff, and they just perfect. And I was listening on there, and you didn't have all that, and you was singing really, really good.
And that's one thing I was actually taught to do. You know, a cappella, you have to make sure that you're always in tune. You're always checking your, you know, even yourself, just while you're singing in the shower. You know, you're always checking your pitch and just making sure that you're constantly working on that, because it does take practice and stuff. So.
Have you had classes or anything in singing? Or?
Just choir
Just
for
choir.
now. I will be starting theory and all that fun stuff soon. So I'm looking forward to it.
Another theory.
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, theory.
It's been several years in theory. Are we going to be able to hear you sing today? Do you think you can?
Yes, I'll sing.
Okay.
Good.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah. Just, you want to go?
Okay,
ahead?
I'll just do, it's probably my favorite audition piece. It's
Okay.
very simple, Joyful, Joyful. So, okay.
Go ahead.
Joyful, joyful, Lord, we adore Thee. God of glory, Lord of love. Hearts unfold like flowers before Thee. Hail Thee as the sun above. Melt the clouds of sin and sadness. Drive the dark of doubt away. Giver of immortal gladness, fill us with the light. Lord, fill us with the light. Oh, fill us with the light of day, day, day.
Amazing.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
That is
Now, I tell you
awesome.
what, you come to our church. We need some male vocalists.
Yes.
That's wonderful. That's good.
Thank you.
That
Thank
is
you.
very good.
I'm a crybaby too, but you know, I get teared up on that stuff. Stacy's, you know, I do, don't I?
Yes.
Because that stuff is beautiful to me. I mean, it's you don't like I said, no music. I mean, no instruments, nothing. You just sing like it. I mean,
Definitely.
that's heartfelt right there. I mean,
Yeah.
that really is. I
Yeah,
mean,
when we do the chapels at Lee, sometimes we'll just sing in a cappella. And, you know, I close my eyes, and, it is hard to stay, we're the tough guys, and, you can't cry, you can't do that. And, it's just the presence of God. You could always tell when someone is singing, and, you know, you just close your eyes and you hear that choir of angels, and it's just, it brings me to tears. I'm not going to be, you know, fake. It brings me to tears. It's a beautiful thing when it's true worship and it comes from the heart.
Right.
And that's what I love, because Kelly, a friend of ours from Richmond, she had a wonderful voice. She could just do like that, a cappella, just start singing with no music, and she's been all over. And I don't know what she's in Alaska.
She's in Alaska now.
You know, I think she had a voice enough to go, you know, pro, you know, become something. But she ended up taking a position as a music director or something.
Okay.
And so stuff like that, when they give up what they could have, you know, a career or talent like that, and take something like that to help out a choir to do music, like I think that's always wonderful. But that doesn't mean you can't do that. I mean, you know, God can lead you to use your voice to save millions, you know,
Definitely.
and to do that. So there's so
that
many
would be more
choices.
rewarding than anything.
Yeah, I mean, I would
Bring
do that.
people
You know, you could do the 50 Cent and all these guys, and there's just so much more rewarding stuff you can be doing.
Definitely.
And I'm sure you know, with your mom, she's gonna push you that way, saying, "Hey, you know what? This is
always."
Because I know what
Always.
she does. You know, she does is her heart's in helping people too, and what she does with in her day-to-day job. And so I know that she's gonna direct her. I mean, she's done perfect with you now. I mean, you sing like that.
He's doing a kudos
You know,
to
I like it.
Mom.
You know, the tough guys. You know, so what? They'll cry. Music is, you know, the something that can reach everywhere. Because I spent several years in Korea, and I could hear people that could hear a song and sing perfectly the words to the song, but could not speak English. So, and they knew what that song was about. I mean, you know, the translation. You know, the translator, one of the Korean friends of mine, would tell me what what they said. And it's like, you know, the music reaches everybody.
It does.
It isn't, the language barrier is just gone. I mean, I've heard people that can repeat those songs verbatim, perfectly English, and not speak a word.
Yeah.
And know the tune, you know, Amazing Grace and different songs like that, people would start playing. People they knew that song and would sing along in their language. I mean, it's just amazing.
And it's also, I mean, a big thing that's happening now is music therapy for special education and stuff like that, which I'm also thinking about maybe doing a double major or somehow fitting a minor or something into doing music therapy, just because I do have a heart for the special education, and I think it's beautiful. And my last year in high school, some of the kids from the CDC group would come, and they would just sit and hear us sing, and you could tell if they were having a bad day, they'd hear us sing, and suddenly that it would change. I mean, completely change. And they'd be great for the rest of the day. So it definitely is something that, you know, music is a language that anybody understands. So it's beautiful.
Probably calm them.
It
It's
did.
soothing.
It was beautiful.
Well, you can get it. I mean, music controls everything. I think I was watching something the other night, and it was showing the bees colliding in the air. I don't know if it's a commercial on TV or what it was. And it was showing the different music they would follow underneath it, depending on what those bees collide. And one was like a car wreck, and another one was just some really soft music and bump, you know. But it's music guides things, guides the service, guides the atmosphere of where you're at. I mean, right now you sing, and I'm like goosebumps, and then like all calm down. No, I didn't even think about work today, you know, all that tomorrow. But it's like, you know, I almost have to have you do another one at the end. You know, I had to come back up. You know, we have if we could find somebody who can do background vocals. Now we got to get Jessica to sing now. But
And she has a voice on her too.
I know.
Don't let her fool you.
I know where you got yours from.
Talent runs in the family.
Yes.
Sure does.
We got any talent in our family.
No. No.
Eating counts as a talent. I'm sure.
Eating's a talent, right?
But now you're looking at doing anything soon. I mean, like a CD or a song or a
I
music
do want to
video?
start working on a music video for a cover piece I'm working on. I've started selecting a few songs to do a demo CD and just seeing where that takes me and stuff like that. So I'm definitely open to ideas and just different angles of the music world. So, but whatever it is, I definitely want to put God first.
Right.
You know, that's the only, like, whatever it is, God's first.
That's right. You and I have to get together because I do video production.
Oh, definitely.
And so maybe we have to get together, and maybe we'll have you back on here later on and show the video. You want to just, we got a couple more minutes before a commercial break. Do you want to just give us another part of that song?
Sure, I could sing a different one if you
Okay,
like.
that's fine.
All right. It's a song I sang in my last choir I was in. It's Be Encouraged.
Okay.
So, sometimes you have to encourage encourage yourself. Sometimes you have to speak victory during the test. And no matter how you feel, speak the words and you will be healed. Speak over yourself, encourage yourself in the Lord. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
That's real
Thank you.
good.
I can't do, you know.
What a great way for people
Where
to
is
start
he?
their
Yes.
morning right
There
here.
it is.
Right
Tune
here.
in, you
They've
know,
got
Channel
their
5,
cup of coffee
you know,
and
Joseph, you know.
here it is. You don't even have to listen to the birds outside.
I would say
It's-
I could see everything
this is
just go
great.
quiet, you know, just
Yeah.
everybody's like stops, you know. It's one of those things
yes.
where just everybody stops. I mean, you got a beautiful voice.
Well,
I
thank
mean,
you.
You know, people say don't put beautiful the guy's voice, but that is, what can you say? I mean, you hit that high note, and it's like, wow, I got to give
And
Ryan
that's us just
Seacrest
kind
a
of putting him
call.
on the spot right
I
here.
call Ryan
He does it.
Seacrest and say,
Right.
hey, listen to this, you know. You know, these videos go up on YouTube. You know, you don't know. You maybe we got to get your call. We got to get your phone number up here and everything,
Sure.
and we can get your website and everything, get you going. Because I think you can go. You pay through college. I mean, you pay your college there. Your mom probably be glad to hear that.
That would be very nice.
You know, I see. That's insane. I was talking about TJ. I mean, this guy. I mean, he just started out, and the things he worked through. But I mean, you know, he's going and big time now, just by doing
That
what you're
drive,
doing.
and
Yeah,
there-
the
and
drive.
he's got
yeah.
it right here.
You know,
He's
be
just
excited about doing it. I mean, I
pushing.
would love to, you know, a year from now have you back on here and you have your whole group over here and hear
In other words, don't forget us.
Yeah.
No.
Don't
Don't
forget to
forget
start
us.
right here. You know? and that's what I say.
Yes,
Yeah, don't
remember
forget
us.
us. Yeah.
Yes.
But
It's
I don't know.
it's
You got any
phenomenal.
questions?
No.
Anything
no,
else you want to tell
it's-
us? One more thing. We got about a minute or so left.
I guess just, you know, whatever you want to do in life, just go for it, you know, no matter what anybody says, you know, whether it's music, theater, anything, you know, just go for it, full heart. So that's.
Well, you've got to
that's all
get your
I can say.
CD done. You got to
Yes,
get your CD.
I want to work on
video.
that.
We've got to get. I want to have you
Yes.
back on here with that. You know, so people
Definitely.
we can say,
Right.
hey, look at this. You know, you've got 1 million views on this thing. 'Cause
That would
you
be
will.
wonderful.
I mean, look at the people that have made it through the
Right.
YouTube videos.
YouTube, yeah.
Well,
That's
Justin
crazy.
Bieber.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, there's a couple of guys like that. I mean, I watched his first one, and he was less like, I mean, just belting it out. I mean, just singing it. I mean, we've got to get you on there. We got to get you. We
Right.
got to talk and
Definitely.
get you going. Folks, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, almost time for a
He
third
kind of
one.
speaks for himself there.
Yeah, it speaks for itself. I mean, it sings
Right.
for itself, I guess you say.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
it's beautiful. I mean, this is why I love music.
Some people are at home and they're in there singing in the shower, and the rest of the house is plugging their ears.
But,
This
you know,
is-
come out here and
Yeah.
you know, listen
you
to
know,
Joseph
imagine
sing.
his
Yeah.
mom. You know, she's probably got the recorder out, recording every bit
Oh,
of it.
always. I've had to watch my back all the time.
Yes.
Well, I
Yes,
seen
just
it
awesome.
today.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everybody was sneaking up behind you and looking over your shoulder. I
Yes.
seen it.
Just awesome.
Folks, I can't say anything. I mean, it's wonderful.
Right.
I love this.
Right.
This. We're going to be back here in a moment, and we're going to have, I guess you'd say, Jessica.
Jessica,
And
yes.
this is
is gonna-
you're gonna see why he's like he is. You're gonna see where the talent came from, but you know what? You're gonna see where the talent's gonna be pushed to and driven to.
Yeah.
We're gonna have Jessica here in a moment. We'll
Right.
be back after this commercial break.
At Crawford Pharmacy, we offer custom compounding. Our pharmacists are known for their attention to detail and unique expertise. So visit us at 2260 Chambliss Avenue, Cleveland, Tennessee. For personal assistance, walk right in or come up to our convenient drive-thru. Crawford Pharmacy, serving our community one person at a time.
Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast in Cleveland, is the place to find quality pre-owned cars and trucks. Kyle offers on-the-spot financing on all vehicles on the lot. Each pre-owned vehicle goes through a complete inspection to make sure each car and truck meets the Kyle Motors standard. Warranty and extended warranties available on all vehicles. Kyle Motors will sell you a car or truck that you will be proud to drive for many years to come. See Tony, Bill, Dale, James, or David and let them put you in your next quality pre-owned vehicle. Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast. Phone 790-7100.
Featuring some of the South's most scenic views, the Mountain View Inn has been a landmark in the Cleveland community for over 40 years. Our executive guest quarters with flat screen TVs and excellent bedding will make any guest comfortable. Carrie's Restaurant is one of Cleveland's favorite, with one of the best buffets around.
Hello, and on behalf of the Hughes family, thank you for so many years of your business and your friendship.
Welcome back with our next guest here today. We've got Jessica Carasquillo and mother to Joseph.
Yeah.
So we're
Thank
gonna
you
find
for
out
having me here today.
We're
It's
excited.
so exciting to be here with you guys. It's early in the morning, but we're going to try to get geared up to see if we can wake up some local Clevelandites here and get them going this morning.
Hopefully Joseph's voice got him
Yeah.
going.
That's
I hope
something to wake
so.
up to. I mean, that's
Yes.
a great voice. I mean,
Thank
good
you.
voice, yes.
Thank
You
you.
need to be a
You know,
prayer
as a
for-
mom, I'm very proud because
Sure.
with that talent, he's been pushed to do some other things. He actually auditioned for the Young Americans out in California when Karen Dale from here at Cleveland State brought them here, and he auditioned and he was accepted. And he just decided that that's not what God wanted him to do, even though he could have had a really big opening to do something great with that voice. And I'm talking about in the Hollywood scenario and all that. He just decided he didn't want to do that he didn't think that's what God wanted him to do, and he stayed behind and went to Lee. And he's just had some great doors open for him. And I'm as a mom, I'm just very happy and excited about where his future is heading.
Right. That's what's good like that, because I mean, parents don't always. I mean, anymore. I mean, even when I was in school, there was like individualism. I mean, that's what the United States is known for. And it's horrible, because we're about getting our kids through school and getting them out of the house.
Right.
We're all about me, or them. It's never like in these other countries. It's all about the family. What can we do? Each family. Because I've talked about it. If we could bring all our families together. Everyone in our family, we've got a mechanic. We got there's carpentry. I do computers. We'd have everything. You wouldn't have to spend money for
You've
nothing.
got it all in the family.
Yeah.
You don't have to outsource anything.
Right.
You got it
So
in
you've
right
got
there.
your
Taking care
radio
of each
station
other.
right there. Joseph is your radio station. Joseph, I'm in a mood for a little bit of rock today.
Right.
But with the gospel, with gospel, you got it.
Well, having a house, I've got two boys, Joseph and Daniel is more the theater guy in the house. Between both of them, my house was never quiet. Now that Joseph's moved out on his own and Daniel's really busy with the high school doing all kinds of different productions and so forth, it's gotten a little quieter. And then I kind of miss the piano upstairs and the singing in the shower loudly, or the rehearsing of the lines or whatever. So you're right. You have everything within that unit.
And that's what's nice about that. Now, speaking of that, now you help people out too.
I do. I do.
Tell us a little bit about that.
I own Social Security Advocates here at the Cleveland State Community. It's called the Cleveland Bradley Business Incubator. It's right next to Cleveland State Community College, and I've been there for about 6 years. I'm now an anchor tenant there. I had the opportunity to come in about 6 years ago. I'm trying to count. It's been a long time.
Time goes by.
It's
You
kind of
lose
like the
track.
furniture. I'm just kind of used to being in there.
Yeah.
And I've grown, and we've opened up another office in Orlando. And I think a lot of people here in the Cleveland area are familiar with me, if not our services. And what we do is we actually help with people with their disability benefits. So anybody that's applying for disability benefits or need help with the appeals or the hearing process, that's what we do. The difference between us and maybe an attorney's office is not much, other than the fact that we handle all the documentation. We do all the questionnaires for our clients. We gather up all the medical evidence. We don't let our clients really handle that. We kind of do it all ourselves, because we want to make sure it's handled properly and it's expedited and it's turned in the appropriate time frames and so forth.
I was going to say, you know what to look for.
Right, right.
They probably don't even know where to begin.
Well, you know what, Stacy? The problem is that there's so much paperwork that people just get boggled down with that paperwork.
Sure.
And imagine if you're not feeling good, if you're sick and you're hurting and you're stressed out, you don't want to deal with all that paperwork. You're just thinking, this is a bunch of forms and I don't have a clue what to say. That's where we come in. It's a free consultation. no fees unless you win. Our fees are actually regulated by the Social Security Administration. They tell us what we can charge. So, you know, I pride myself a lot I'm not sure pride is the right word. I'm very fortunate to have great staff in my office, and the fact that I get to come to work every day and help people.
Right.
You know, and see them coming in with a frown, and by the end of it, leaving with a smile.
Right.
I too have used that as a platform for praying with people, or you know, just giving them a word of encouragement, because a lot of these people are going through really tough times.
Sure.
And Social Security, it's taken 2 years for the claims to go through.
Wow.
That's a long time, because people, you know, they don't have their work, so their income is gone.
Exactly. Their income is gone. Their insurance is gone. What are they going to do? They have medical bills. They have to continue seeing their doctor. So it's a very frustrating and oppressive time in people's lives. And unfortunately, especially in now today's economy, everybody's just living on a month-to-month basis or paycheck to paycheck.
People don't have that nest egg
Exactly.
there.
So nobody's prepared. I always tell people, even the younger individuals, or when they, you know, if young people graduate and get a job in the corporate world, if you have long-term disability available, insurance available to you, or if you can put away some money, you just never know when something's going to happen. You should have so much money, you know, during the month. And unfortunately, a lot of people can't do that nowadays.
It's hard sometimes. I mean, there's so many just out of the surprise bills, I guess you'd say. You know, like our car. I mean, we spent, you know, almost $2,000 back in the beginning of the year just getting the front end fixed.
Oh,
I mean,
it's
just
ridiculous.
like you can't expect it.
You don't plan for that.
Yeah,
You don't
I mean,
know how
you
to
do
plan
try
for
to
that.
plan for it, but you can't sometimes.
Or you're riding down the road. We had a friend just yesterday, one of Joseph's friends, was in a car accident, and he's not in a very good place right now. But you have an unexpected expense like that, or unexpected injury like that, it changes your whole life.
Right.
It really does. And hopefully, I don't say hopefully, I know that in our office we extend the grace and the understanding and the patience. And I say patience because people come in frustrated, they want it done yesterday.
Right.
And we exercise all that with the clients that come into our office, so that we can maybe give them a little bit of a different atmosphere and a different outlook on their situation. We can't help everybody, and not everybody's going to be happy, okay? But we strive to really do the best that we can in our office. And I can say, with the help of the Lord, we've got about a 97% success rate.
That's good.
That's great.
So it's, again, we know what to look for.
Right.
We are up on the regulations. I'm constantly going and hearing talk lists and different seminars to make sure that we're up to date on all the regulations and changes in the Social Security system. So.
Now, the reason we had you on here today is musician, and your music.
Yeah.
Because I had heard through the grapevine that you're a singer-songwriter.
I dabble a little bit, and it's really interesting, and I'll give you a little background.
Okay.
As a child, I've been singing probably since I was 3 or 4 in the church. My parents are ministers, so of course they had me in the church singing, as I think maybe even sooner than that, as long as I can pick up or hold a microphone. And all my life I've been singing somewhere. I actually had moved here. Well, let me go back up a little bit. I initially wanted to do the singing for a career, but you know, old school, now it's a different era. We encourage our kids, and my parents weren't wrong in this because I'm successful in what I do now.
Right.
But they were like, no, you need to have a backup plan, because if you don't have a backup plan, that could never, you know, and all I was interested in doing was really singing jingles or being a background vocalist. I actually had auditioned at Disney, and my dad didn't want me to work at Disney because he worked at Disney. So, but I did audition one time for a major Christian group and made it out of 500 people.
Wow.
And for wrong choices, I encourage young people nowadays, if you have an open door, walk through it, because those opportunities never come back. And unfortunately, I did not tour with that group because of some boy or something. I don't even remember. Okay.
So you didn't have God first.
Exactly.
And
I should have, and that was the
Yeah.
problem. I didn't have that first. But throughout that, God in His mercy let me be able to sing and tour. I moved up, I got my paralegal degree, and I was able to do Social Security disability work as well as other different laws. But this is the one He chose for me to have a platform. And I ended up moving up here to work for a local minister here in town, and I was his administrative assistant, and I was able to do some work and translating some of the songs, and through that I got to meet different people and did some backup vocals. The first year I was here, I was able to tour to different states and sing at different church conventions and so forth, and then I became the worship leader at a small church for about 12 years. Now, with that said, it's been about 3 years since I've done anything. I took a little bit of a break and sat down. And James, I have to tell you, for the first time, I was sitting in an airport a couple of weeks ago. And I've always dabbled a little bit in writing, just as it came. Nothing that I thought would get out there, but we never know. Life's not over. And I was sitting at an airport, and instantaneously, I got a song. And I started writing it as I was waiting for my plane. And I had the weirdest experience. This gentleman came up to me and came back and he says, "Songwriter?" And I said, "No, I just dabble a little bit." He didn't even know what I was writing. And he said, "Are you sure?" And I said, "Not really." He just proceeded to have a conversation with me. And he said, "I think you are, but it's been hidden." And he says, "And you never know, somebody might hear that song one day around the world." He was a Christian. And he said, "God told me to tell you welcome back." And I thought it was the neatest experience because it had been 3 years since I had penned anything down. And since then, some more things have been coming. So I'm excited about that because, you know, whether it's for my own personal worship time, which I believe I'll be able to share that one day because I do have a call for praise and worship. And I'll eventually continue to do that. But in the same token, that calms me down to be able to do my everyday job. Because with that time, you know, it's stressful what I do. Okay,
Sure.
dealing with the government and dealing with the clientele because you want to help so bad, but it's such a slow process. It's like the hurry up and wait game.
Yeah.
You know, it's
People
like,
learn patience during that time.
I told the Lord, I said, I don't have that much patience, but then he turned around and he's like, well, I'm going to teach you some, and I'm going to put you doing Social Security disability work. So I ended up doing that, and I'm excited to see some open doors come up with all that. And like Joseph was saying with the music therapy, I've seen a lot of that being taken place in autism. Clients, ADD. So there's been a big avenue going into the music therapy arena, which I think that more people should explore.
Right.
And I think too, you know, at churches nowadays, like our pastor, sometimes, you know, new songs that come out, will say, you know, because you listen to words sometimes. I listen to words of songs, and there's no heart in it anymore. I mean, it's like saying, I heard a song the other day on the radio, and it was just like the same phrase repeated. It was like
no anointing.
Yeah. It's like, you know, how can they do that? But like Joseph, you have to write a song.
He's been singing
you're gonna have to
like
put your
that
heart
though
soul
since he
into
was
writing the song.
4, and he was not shy about picking up a microphone and just singing everywhere and anywhere that he could. So that was really exciting. But you know,
see, you're back after 3 years. Put your heart and soul into a song, and he can sing it.
Exactly.
See, that's what. And so
Exactly.
I'll videotape it. We'll put
It's all in the family.
See, there it is.
It's all in the family.
Right in the hallway, right there.
And then my other son can be the actor in the video.
There you go.
So
there you go. You've got it all.
We just got your future mapped out for you, Joseph.
Exactly.
We'll see you here in 6 months. Like I said, don't forget the little people.
That's
down
right.
Here.
That's right.
We might get you, you know, a drink the next time. You know,
Exactly.
we'll put your water there for you.
He's done a couple of cover songs that are on YouTube. I don't think he wants that mentioned too much, but he's done a couple of cover songs. He's just getting back into it and really trying to figure out where he was at, you know.
Right.
Well, after today, he's going to have to get moving because people are going to be looking him up.
Exactly.
He's going to have to get that song written. He's going to get it sung. I'll get it filmed.
Hey, you want to hear him sing? You call Social Security Advocates. I just became his manager.
There you go.
We've got a large waiting room there. So
exactly.
we
can just start any church
chairs,
appearances or any con.
Right.
I used to tell him, I said, when I was younger, I used to sing at festivals and stuff like that, the Christian radio station. Like, you know, J103 puts on that J Fest every year. Well, in Orlando, there used to be stuff like that, and I used to not headline obviously, but
Yeah.
I'd be one of the side acts
Right.
on the side, and it's been really interesting. It's been really interesting because with that connection, you know, I met Jackie Velasquez. Are you sure? Have you ever heard of Jackie Velasquez?
The
She
name's
used to
a little
sing
bit familiar.
a long time ago. When I'm on my knees was one of her favorite songs.
I've heard that song. I didn't realize.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah,
know the
she
artist
came to
name.
Athens. The Athens Chamber of Commerce brought her in for a concert, and I remember telling her, I said, I sang one of your songs at a festival one time, and throughout that we just stirred up a conversation. It's so neat how music just brings people together.
Right.
And it doesn't matter what mood or anything. You put some music on, the
Right.
atmosphere completely changes in
So
anywhere that you're at.
Right.
And like I said earlier, you can drive the mood, the
Sure.
atmosphere with music.
Sure.
And that's how it is. And Joseph's got us all over here crying. and-
Right.
I know. I was sitting back there, I'm like,
Chills.
oh no, he's gonna make me cry.
Yes. Yes.
But Jessica, we got a couple more minutes.
Sure.
Tell us again how we can reach you. I mean,
Okay, I am here at the Cleveland Bradley Business Incubator. My phone number is 423-473-6714. You can reach us. It is a free consultation. I do like to set up appointments, but if you can't get to our office, we will actually do it over the phone because a lot of people are not capable of coming into the office. I also do every 3 weeks I'm on This and That. They can watch that program. I have a web page on Facebook. Well, I have a web page called socialsecurity-advocates.com. And also I'm on Facebook. Like us on there. I put a lot of tips, do's and don'ts with their
Right.
Social Security and what you know, that kind of a thing. And you can also post any questions on there that you may have, and we'll get back to you.
okay.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
good.
Yeah.
You have anything more, Stace? We've got about
No.
1 minute left.
We've got
I
about
thank
1
you
minute.
so much for letting us
I
come
appreciate
here
it.
today.
No, thank
and
you
I
for coming. I mean,
and I just hope that everybody out there today just has a fantastic day and a fantastic day. And thank you for welcoming us to your home this morning so early. I
Yes.
can't talk.
that's okay. We're all getting
No,
tongue
we can't compete with Joseph.
No, I can't. I wasn't even
we should
gonna
call
try to
this-
sing
you know, we should
because-
call this the Joseph Show.
Exactly.
You know,
I
we
wasn't
should just
even
say-
going to try to attempt to sing after
We should
that.
have. You should have backup for him.
Let me warm up a little bit to get to his standard, then
Well,
we can
by
do
the time
that.
he
We'll have
comes back
another
here in about
episode.
6 months,
Exactly.
you know, he's got all his bling on.
I'll
you
be
know.
his background vocalist. You
Yeah.
know.
Yes. Yes.
So-
Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed today's show because I did.
I really enjoyed
I did.
it.
I enjoyed it.
Yes.
I mean, we should just brought Joseph back on again.
Exactly.
We should have slipped
We
him
should
in
have
here.
done that.
Well,
No
we
more
hope you
letting.
enjoyed the show, and we appreciate you tuning in and listening to us and watching us. I guess more listening than watching today because, you know, it was awesome. It was really
was
awesome. And we're going to tell you, we'll have Joseph back on here. He's going to tell you where his CD is, his video is, you know, here in hopefully a few months, a few weeks. We have to push him.
We have to push it.
But thank you again for tuning in, and see us again tomorrow, Wednesday. Joe and Kim Palo will be on the show, and just keep watching us.
Yep. Stay
More
tuned.
exciting stuff to come.
Have a good day.